In the quiet town of Azama, where dusty roads and crowded markets defined life, lived Sophia, a young African woman with the purest of hearts and the biggest of dreams. She grew up in a tiny one-room house with her widowed mother, Mama Grace, who sold vegetables by the roadside just to survive. Sophia knew pain, but she also knew hope. She would sit for hours under the tall baobab tree, sketching dresses with a stick in the sand, whispering to herself, /one day, my name will be known all over the world. But life in Azama was hard. Poverty clung to them like their own shadow. Her mother often said, Sophia, education and hard work will set you free. Not a rich man. Sophia believed her. But fate had its own story. One afternoon, as Sophia helped her mother sell tomatoes, a shiny black Range Rover parked by the roadside. The door swung open, and out stepped Michael Okoye, the millionaire son of one of the richest families in the country. Sophia's hands trembled as she picked up the tomatoes that fell. But Michael smiled at her. Keep the change, he said, handing her crisp notes far more than the tomatoes were worth. Days later, Michael returned. He asked about her life, her dreams, her sketches. It was like a fairy tale. The rich, handsome man taking interest in the poor village girl. Sophia's heart danced. She thought it was love. What she didn't know was that Michael saw her as a temporary story. Michael swept Sophia off her feet. Dinners in expensive restaurants, helicopter rides, gifts she had never imagined. You deserve to live like a queen, he told her. When he proposed, it felt like a dream she never wanted to wake from. But behind his charming smile, Michael's family disapproved. She's not one of us. She's just after the money. She will stain the Okoye name. Michael defended her. Or so she thought. The wedding was the talk of the nation. Luxury cars lined the streets. Dignitaries and celebrities filled the grand hall. Media houses swarmed the venue, broadcasting live. Sophia wore the most expensive designer gown, a gift from Michael. As she walked down the aisle, her heart pounded with happiness. This was it. Her fairy tale ending. But something was wrong. Michael wasn't smiling. As the priest asked Michael to take Sophia as his wife, the hall fell silent. Michael took the microphone and with a cold smirk said, Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming. But this wedding is over. The crowd gasped. Sophia's hands trembled. Her heart shattered. Michael tore the wedding certificate in front of everyone and said loudly, I wanted to show the world what gold diggers look like. She's not fit to be my wife. Sophia collapsed in tears. Michael's family laughed silently. The guests murmured, unsure what to do. The cameras captured everything. Sophia's world ended right there at the altar. With nothing left to lose, Sophia packed a small bag, hugged her mother tightly, and left for the city. The pain was unbearable. But she knew staying would kill her spirit. I will not die in this shame. I will not let this be my story. She boarded a bus with only a few notes in her pocket and a fire in her heart. Her journey was just beginning. Every storm ends, but for those who survive it, something greater often waits. Sophia's life was still a daily struggle, but the fire inside her refused to die. Her sketches, once a private escape, were now her only hope. One evening, while delivering food for extra income, Sophia stumbled into an office where destiny waited. The woman at the reception noticed her sketchbook peeking from her delivery bag. You design? The woman asked. Nervous, Sophia nodded. Wait here. Moments later, Sophia stood face to face with Madame Evelyn, a respected figure in the Lagos fashion industry. For months, Sophia worked tirelessly, sweeping floors, fetching coffee, sewing scraps. But she observed, practiced, learned. By night, she honed her skills in her cramped apartment. Her talent began to shine. Her sketches improved. Her confidence grew. Meanwhile, Michael's fortunes crumbled. His business faced scandals. His new marriage was rocky. His arrogance isolated him. One evening, scrolling social media, he froze. Sophia's image filled the screen. Africa's fashion queen takes Paris by storm. Regret gnawed at him. At a charity gala in Lagos, she met David Adeyemi, a reserved, self-made tech billionaire known for his humility. Unlike Michael, David was not loud with his wealth. He approached Sophia not as a trophy, but as an equal. "Your story inspired me," he said. "Not your fame. You." Their connection was instant but gentle. Where Michael had rushed, David was patient. Where Michael had controlled, David empowered. Over the next year, they built something beautiful: trust, partnership, friendship. David stood by her through media pressure, business challenges, and personal scars. His love healed her quietly. One evening, under the stars, he asked her to marry him. "This time, I choose love with eyes wide open," Sophia said, smiling through tears. The wedding was a global event. The same news outlets that once mocked Sophia now celebrated her story. Dignitaries, celebrities, and the most powerful business leaders gathered. Sophia walked down the aisle, not trembling this time, but glowing with confidence. In the crowd, unnoticed by many, sat Michael, no longer the proud millionaire, but a man swallowed by his own regret. After the ceremony, Michael approached Sophia quietly. "I was a fool," he said, his voice low. "Can you forgive me?" Sophia looked at him, her eyes calm and kind. "I forgave you a long time ago. But some lessons life must teach you directly." Michael lowered his gaze. He walked away, a man forever haunted by what he lost. Sophia turned to David, who was waiting with a gentle smile. She was the bride they laughed at, but she became the queen they could never reach. Sophia's story is a reminder that destiny bows to no one. When life buries you, rise. When they laugh, build. And when they doubt you, become unstoppable.